My name is Tommy Watkins, your instructor, here for a new and exciting edition of Go Live Together here on YouTube. This week, ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of introducing Tia Turner of Charlotte Mobile Notary and Printing, located in Charlotte, North Carolina. Mr. Turner, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you, sir?
Hey, I can't complain. It's a rainy day here
How you doing today,
in
sir? I'm
Alabama,
doing wonderful. How are you, sir?
and just get this live underway and enjoy this day, basically.
All right, let's do it.
So, Mr. Teal, um, what do you love most about entrepreneurship?
The thing I love most about entrepreneurship is it's an opportunity to serve your community, particularly with the fingerprinting business. I should say mobile notary and fingerprinting business. Number one is there's a tremendous market. Um, it's a program that is fairly new. I like to think of it as the newest old business. that
Right.
Distance. I mean, notaries and fingerprinting has been here for a while, but I believe that people are just getting used to it being something that's accessible mobilely, and
Right.
or are becoming used to that. You know, with the DoorDash and the Ubers, they like the convenience of mobile access to these services. The other thing is, with this particular business, we're meeting people at a time where they either have something very good going on or something very bad, and so they need support. They need someone to help them through the process. And I'm surprised at how unfamiliar people are with both the documents that they need notarized and the fingerprinting process. So it's a way for us to kind of guide people through these important documents and services, and make sure they're able to get important things done in their lives. So that's what I love about entrepreneurship and this particular business.
Okay, got you. So, would you say that since the onset of the pandemic, that the services for mobile ink fingerprinting has been, um, I guess, more increased now than ever?
Most definitely. We got started right before the pandemic. We opened our doors in 2019. I come from a financial services background, and originally I got started with the company as a way to finance marketing, for the
Okay.
financial business. I was doing Uber before that, and
Okay.
it took me maybe 6 hours to make $100. So I
Right.
was for a way to kind of accelerate that. Um,
Exactly.
my wife and I stumbled upon some information about the industry. We got started basically at first as loan signing agents, and then we realized, well, wait a minute, there's a market here for us to kind of do things a little differently. So we set up our company, and literally within about 5 minutes of us turning on the phone system, we started getting calls. We didn't even know what to say. Somebody calling.
So,
What do you say? So we're making up scripts, and we learned how to do the business basically through trial and error. But 20 right, like I said, we got started 2019. 2020 is when the pandemic hit, and
right.
when I was not prepared for how well the business would do.
Right.
Interestingly, at one point in our particular area, we were the only fingerprinting service that was operating. Everybody
Right.
else, the sheriff's department was shut down, or they
Right.
very reduced schedule. So we had people driving from as far as 3 hours away
Wow.
to to come get fingerprinted. And then we had a lot of companies that have used us to provide fingerprinting services conveniently for their employees or staff. So it's just been phenomenal. I think that first year we did a lot of signing agent business in addition to the fingerprinting.
Right.
But after that, the second year, we did no, pretty much no loan
Right.
signing business.
It just plummeted.
Yeah, definitely. So it's just been constant growth. We hit a six-figure income that first year, and we've stayed there
Outstanding.
every year since. Um, so I'm thankful and humbled, but again, it's a tremendous opportunity for the service we provide.
Okay. So do you think that with the success of your business there in Charlotte, North Carolina, has spurred growth for other individuals to come in after they've seen the success of Charlotte mobile fingerprinting within your area?
Okay, I can give you the nice professional sounding YouTube sound bite, or I can give it to you raw and real. Which one you want?
Give it to me raw, baby.
Okay, I would dare say that we have formulated our business so well that whereas we may be increasing awareness about the industry, and in that way generating some customers for other people in the area. Largely, though, most of the business is coming through us, and that's
Yeah,
because early on we set up our business the right way. Um,
correct.
a background, of I've been pretty much in business for myself since 2004. And then really got started on a full-time basis since 2012. In that amount of time, I've learned a lot about marketing and about creating customer journeys and
Right,
things. So I think it's one thing to have a mobile notary or fingerprinting business. Anybody
right,
can that. It's growing the business and positioning yourself in front of customers, and being able to provide the service that they need in a way that they appreciate. That's the magic of the business. I think we do that better than anyone else in the area, even people that have been here for a while. And so in about 3 years, we have about 207 five-star reviews. So we're at a five-star review on our Google My Business page, and we intend on staying there. And my point being is, yes, there are other people here, and they have a business, but frankly, yet humbly, we're tearing this thing up in this area.
understand. So do you contribute your financial services background that helps spur the growth of Charlotte mobile ink fingerprinting there in your area? Eh,
I'm going to answer that two ways. Number one, my expertise in creating a winning customer journey and also marketing the business lent myself to the excuse me, to the mobile notary and fingerprinting business. Um,
correct.
when I saw what was going on, I was like, oh my God, we got customers and they're, rocking and rolling. They're coming in and we're not even really, we just need to be there, and
Right.
they see us and they need the service. So creating a winning customer journey, that's something I've always done in business. What also understanding as we move to the next phase of our business, because we are expanding, is that the customers that we have are very ripe for financial services. As I mentioned before, we're catching people at a either the best time in their lives or the
Right.
worst their lives.
Right.
And for people who know anything about marketing, it's during those times that people are the most open to changing what they've been habitually doing. So
Right.
we're actually putting some things together now where we're going to be marrying our business with the financial services industry and offering some products and services that
Gotcha.
need. So we're doing that, and we're actually doing it in such a way that we're going to be helping other mobile notary and fingerprinting businesses have some structure around that and be able to kind of 10x their income if they want to. So we can talk about that if you'd like a little bit later.
Outstanding. Of course, I would love to hear more about that, Mr. Turner. You're jammed up, sir. I see you. You got high energy for this business. As reason why I accepted was selected you to come on to the platform because you have a lot to offer for individuals that's coming into this industry and individuals that's already in the industry to learn more. we all can learn a lot from Mr. Turner here, um, and others from across the country. I believe that as a community, we come together as a collective. Ladies and gentlemen, uh, we could have a strong network of business professional um, running this mobile ink fingerprinting notary industry.
Yeah,
It's all about having, uh, like you said, good customer base, customer service, professional, and just be a go getter for the most part.
most definitely.
Uh,
Yeah.
so, Mr. Teal, it's funny that you had also talked about um, your glowing reviews there on Google. Right now, you at 208 5-star reviews,
All right.
and and what I gathered from that was from the customers. Um, your Charlotte Mobile Notary and Fingerprinting. They are pleasant, professional, quick, punctual, efficient, amazing, awesome, convenient, and least but not last, this caught me. It said, least but not last, the gold standard of notary services.
Oh,
That
wow.
says a lot. That says a lot, there, ladies and gentlemen, as to the type of service Mr. Turner and his team provide there in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. Mr. Turner, please advise pretty much what are your hours there in Charlotte, North Carolina?
We are pretty much a 24-hour operation. That being said, full disclosure, we charge differently on off hours. Uh,
Okay,
so, it's not the same price. 9 to 6 are our normal business hours.
right.
Uh, and then if people want appointments after that or on the weekends, there's a different charge. We
Okay,
also personally have a service territory that we have, which pretty much the service territory is about 30 minutes in any direction from our office location. Okay.
okay, outstanding.
Outside of that area, we charge a little bit more. We charge out of the area fee. Okay. Some people do in the industry do a standard travel fee. Um,
Right,
yeah, I and without stepping on anybody's toes, I like to do what feels good and what's fair for the customer. So I don't like overcharging.
right,
We want the service to be convenient. We want it to be reasonable and affordable. And
correct.
if for folks that are coming into the business, you don't want to overcharge, you don't want to undercharge. There's a
Right,
spot right in the middle, and your
right,
customer will tell you where that is.
right,
You're on the phones and you're doing your pricing, nobody can tell you, how to price it. The market will tell you how it should go.
correct,
So you listen, and if you get a lot of resistance, a lot of, oh, okay, well, let me call around, then your pricing is off. If you
correct.
get a lot of okay, that's reasonable, then you're right in the right place. One trap I would recommend for people getting into the industry not to fall into is not to try to price yourself at the bottom. A lot of
Right,
people say, okay, well, this person is charging this, I'll charge $10 less and I'll get all of the business. Well, what you're also doing is destroying the industry. Keep in mind,
correct.
like, the newest old business that exists, and it's something that people need. The reality, though, is that most people don't know what's involved in mobile notary and fingerprinting services. So
Correct.
when you 9 times out of 10, this is their experience. If you set the expectation so low, where you're undercutting everybody on price, you're also undercutting yourself, undercutting your ability to grow your business over time. What you
Exactly.
doing is putting yourself in a position where you are telling the customer that I am a customer service representative, not a business owner. Okay. And so
Correct.
when you people used to, when you get you people used to, you're offering them Ruth Chris service For McDonald's prices, you are
Correct.
undercutting your business and you are tearing the industry apart.
I
So
love that
what?
analogy.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I would recommend for people who are interested in this industry is talk to the other business owners and kind of get. Now most business owners not going to tell you as a competitor what their prices are, but you have creative ways that you can get that information. But listen to the market, the people that are already in the market making money. They've already established the baseline. Don't deviate too far from that, because
Right.
again, you desecrate and denigrate the industry when you do that.
Exactly. Do you also believe that transparency for as your pricing, uh, for as being posted there on your website? Do you believe in transparency of that nature for as uh, price posting?
Okay, I can give you the nice professional YouTube soundbite version, or I can keep it real. Which one you want?
Hey, everything real on this
Okay,
podcast.
I post my prices online. We do
Mhm.
not. I don't discuss price in text. I don't post prices. I don't leave it on voicemail.
Right,
One that sets an appointment. If you look at our website, there's a very definite customer experience, customer journey. You get a little bit of information because once you got on my site, you already know you need an appointment.
right,
I get all the information that I need from you, and then either you're going to call me or I'm going to call you.
correct.
After I find out all the nuances of what you need, then we talk about price.
Okay,
Um, Now, the reason that's important is because you don't know who's calling and you don't know what their need is. We found out very early that all customers are not equal.
correct.
If you're doing vehicle title during the day, price wise, it can vary what you'll get. If you have somebody doing something on at a vehicle title at night or on the weekends, well, they need the service, so they're going to
Right.
pay emergency prices for an emergency situation. So I
Okay,
don't want
great idea.
there because that eliminates my ability to negotiate. What it also does is sets you up for people to price the market. Okay, well, let me go here and see what they're doing. Okay, well, let me call around and see what they're
Right,
charging. And
correct.
again, it 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 messes up your ability to negotiate. Um, let me give an example of that. We had now this is on the notary side. We had an international customer call, and they needed a whole big. So you know how you get the boxes of paper. Um,
Correct.
you get a letter size paper, a whole case of it. They had that size worth of documents that they needed
Wow.
notarized with their clients. That
Uh-huh.
turned out to be an almost $4,000 job.
Oh, wow.
Right. So
Outstanding.
my prices posted there, that would have
Okay.
been, not as attractive. On the fingerprinting side, we had a couple of times we've had customers, business customers, corporate customers, who needed us to either go to an event where their staff would be, or come to their office,
Okay.
and they had an expectation of what they thought it would cost, and it was way more than what we
Right.
actually. So it gave
Right.
us some room to kind of negotiate. So my point being is, personally, I don't discuss price until after I've gotten all of the information, so I know what I'm pricing.
That makes a whole lot of sense. Ladies and gentlemen, when customers do call for pricing information, uh, uh, don't just blunt out the prices right off. You want to take it, take in everything that they talking about, and talk about the experience for as what they'll be receiving as far as the transaction. You already lost the battle if you just give that price up front, because they don't know, ladies and gentlemen, what that price entails. They just think you just coming out rolling, but there's a whole plethora of questions that you need to ask as a fingerprint technician um, before you can proceed. They may need for you to do drop off service. They may need you to do this, so that price perhaps will initially grow some more in price. So you just throw out there, they may be thinking that includes postage, uh, background check, things of that nature. So you have to be careful and ask enough questions.
Yeah, definitely. The other thing that I would recommend is offer as many services as possible to solve as many problems as you can. So we also we offer uh, mobile notary, fingerprinting, both live scan and ink.
Okay.
We background checks, but I'm looking into that. But I don't know if I'm interested in that. And that's another thing. Do what you're interested in. Don't do stuff that you don't like. But
Exactly. You want
yeah,
to get something. You want to get something also that's relatable to your background experience for the
right.
most part. Of course,
Mhm.
mine's being criminal justice. Yours within the financial services. What you were saying earlier about working with the banking industry and things of that nature. Correct. That
Yep.
fits right into the realm of who you are and what your background is. So it makes perfect sense.
hmm Yeah. So we offer as many services as you can, and here's why. Now I was like, okay, do I want to share all of this? But I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. Um, One thing that you want to understand about the mobile notary and fingerprinting industry is that it is a hidden gem, and
Very
here's what:
good.
you are on the ground at ground zero with everybody's customers. Okay, we've had celebrities that was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm
Right.
you notarization doing notarization for this person. We've had business moguls. I had a young lady and her husband who were multimillionaire wealth coaches
Hmm.
in a commodity space, so they're now becoming our wealth coach.
Right.
The value of the business that you have is not just the money, it's who you're going to meet as
Correct.
you're doing the business. But also understand this: you are a touch point for everybody else's customers. So we're putting together a system now where we're going to have affiliates that mobile notary and fingerprinting business owners can plug into to provide additional services, uh,
Beautiful.
to be able to 10x their business, because what we really have is a paid lead generation system.
Okay.
All right,
Gotcha.
a paid lead generation system with a captive audience that's not being necessarily spoken to
Right.
um, by on the internet or on social media, with a pinpoint focus. These
Right.
are folks that have things going on in their lives, obviously, but they may not have all of the wheels in place yet. And so
Okay.
you're getting them at a critical time and getting a tremendous amount of access and information that you can then turn around and use, either A, to offer other services, or B, partner with other businesses who are looking for the same type of customers, and be
Awesome.
to provide that extra touch point. When you're in business, the whole goal is to solve as many problems for the customer as possible. And to the extent that you do that, number one, that makes them dependent on your business. That
Correct.
is the know, like, and trust factor. But B, it also puts you in a position to grow the market for yourself and other businesses, as opposed to simply having a little hobby that you're doing on the side and making a.
Correct.
So most people don't realize the mobile notary and fingerprinting business is the best kept secret, but not for the reason that you hear on the internet.
Correct. Also, for as everything that you had said, you are very forward thinking. I like that. I look forward to the implementation of what you got going on. And I
hmm
will follow you on that. And of course, um, how much does the mobile ink fingerprinting fee start at within the Charlotte, North Carolina area?
I can't tell you that.
Oh,
I
well,
tell-
at least approximately, approximate.
for ink fingerprinting, we charge about $45
Okay,
for the first card, and
okay,
then there's a fee for additional cards. Um, like I said, ours is a little different. Some people charge a travel fee. I think
right,
that's my experience is that's a little off-putting to the customer. But we try to, personally, we try to either a absorb a cost, the package it so that we're the charge that the customer is getting doesn't feel, it feels
Right.
okay.
Right.
um, but the other thing is, we try to, as best we can, price ourselves toward the top of the market.
Correct.
We, if I can get one appointment at 45, $50, that's better than two appointments at $25. Saves
Okay.
me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Make a lot of sense.
That's kind of our pricing approach. And again, that's kind of where we start for ink fingerprinting. It's a little different for live scan fingerprinting. We kind of, again, have a touch point approach on that to see what the customer needs. But generally, um, if you're doing anything less than $45, you're not doing your in our area anyway.
Correct.
Different. If you have a like California, I understand their situation is
They-
totally
they-
different.
They're in the league of their own in
Yeah,
California.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I learned for myself of taking on some things from over there for set up and travel fee.
Hmm.
Uh, that was just too much for my customers here in Alabama.
Right.
So I just package it up because mine started at 85 um, just for one card and all that, and then 25 additional after that. But I used to have a setup and travel fee with that. Of
Right.
course, I dropped that and just continue on with my method because that is what works here in this area, and I
Okay.
didn't want it to be too much for the customer.
That's what you said.
Yeah,
Okay, I got
we,
my. I can't. We got to be balling out of control over here.
yeah, yeah,
Let me learn from that. And that's another reason why it's good to talk to other business owners, because other people in the industry, because what seems a lot in your area might not be a lot. If Alabama, I don't think Alabama and Charlotte are too different as far as the landscape is concerned.
well, I'm here in the suburban area of outside of Birmingham.
Okay.
Yeah, just like within the suburbs of Birmingham.
Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, we try to deal with. So maybe I need to up my prices then.
Well, yeah, you probably need to examine some. I don't think you will have a problem, Mr. Teal, at
Yeah.
all, because hey, you got 208. I don't see why you couldn't move it up another 10, 15.
Yeah. We look, we on that today then. Shoot.
Right,
And I think the other thing is business has been, generally speaking, going so well. When you got customers, and you're providing a service that they need, you don't necessarily pay so much attention to every last dollar. You
right,
know, it is a business, and we do pay attention to that. As I mentioned earlier, though, the real value of the business is being able to establish a professional relationship that's need based. We're kind of like other industries. You have to develop influence with the people. You have to build a know, like, and trust factor with them, and that takes time before
right,
they'll be comfortable buying from you. Here, we're kind of flipped on our head. People find us; they are in need, and all we have to do is perform in a way that they appreciate, and we have
correct,
a customer for life if we do it right. I have
right,
customers that call now. They've been using us since 2019. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And it
I
so that.
saw that within your Google reviews. You have many repeat
Mhm.
customers.
Oh yeah.
Correct,
Oh yeah. So if you do this right, you turn your business from you turn your business into an asset where it's
correct.
just money for you, instead of you just dumping money into it, trying to find and get customers. But I say that to say, there's always room to do it a little better on the business side. So shoot, if I
Exactly.
can increase my prices and keep that same energy, yes sir.
I, I believe you most certainly can. And
Yeah.
also, what is your target market there for as individuals you target for mobile ink fingerprint?
We are open to everybody, but we target professionals and business owners.
Okay.
it's one of the things that I learned from being in other industries is that one of the motivating factors for people to buy isn't necessarily the cheapest price. Uh,
Correct.
for example, you don't buy the cheapest car you can afford or the cheapest house. You want
Correct.
house at the best price, the best car at the best price. Same thing
Correct.
here. The best service at the best price, but more importantly, the best service. And you
Correct.
distinguish as being the best service. Number one, again, it always goes back to the customer journey, the experience people have on your website, the experience people have on the phone. All of those things make your service valuable. The
Exactly.
number of services that you provide that takes care of as many services or as many needs that the customer has, and the
Correct.
way that you're able to be flexible and do that flawlessly. All of that increases your value. But I find that the people that appreciate it most are your business customers or your high net worth professionals,
Correct.
because there's such a thing as pride of ownership. They
Correct.
like the fact of, hey, I have my mobile notary guy coming over,
Right.
or my fingerprint
Exactly.
over to my house to, you know what I'm saying? And so we, again, if you approach it only from the perspective of, I just hope somebody will use the service. I'm just going to charge them $25. You're
Right.
killing.
Yeah, you just undervaluing not only yourself and your business, but just the this niche in general.
Yeah.
When you charge like that, I
Hmm.
guess when individuals that come into this business need to learn everything that there is about ink fingerprint. It's not just rolling prints. It's a lot more than just rolling prints. It's customer interaction. It's financials. It's it's a whole plethora of things. It's not just one avenue for is just rolling fingerprints. So, um, what, what
Absolutely.
what do, what do you think about mentorship for as any individuals that want to get into this space?
All right. I have a nice YouTube professional answer, and then I have the real answer. Which one do you want?
Like everything is real on fingerprinting gurus. This is unscripted. Just give it to raw, uncut, unedited.
Okay. Here's one of the biggest mistakes that I see when I look at other providers. There are three categories of people. You have your entrepreneurs, you have your hobbyists, and you have your public servants. Only one of those is going to make money and have longevity in the business. Let's
Correct.
the public service mentality. I've had people that have argued with me. Well, for example, if we're talking about doing loan closures, loan signings,
Hmm.
there are people that will argue you down. Hey, the customer can sit there and read the documents and take as long as they want, uh, and it's our responsibility to just sit there and watch that. All right,
No.
I'm gonna keep it real. That's the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life, because it's a loan signing, not a loan reading. They read
Right.
it their own time. By the time you get there, you're signing the thing. They should have read it already, or if they are disposed to read it, your time is valuable. Hey, let
Correct.
me let this. We'll reschedule, double back to you, and that's going to cost you a little bit more, but
Correct.
we'll double back to you, give you an opportunity to read it, so that we're just signing. That loan
Correct.
sign about 35 minutes. If you're doing longer than that, maybe an hour if it's pretty involved. If you're doing
Right.
longer than that or sitting there letting them read, you're operating like a servant, not an entrepreneur. Um,
Exactly.
so things like that. I've also heard people say, well, as a notary, I'm doing this as a public service. No, you're not, because you would be doing it for free.
Correct.
That doesn't make any sense.
I
So
wholeheartedly agree.
yeah, so you want to serve the public, but you're not a public servant. You're doing this as a business. And if you are in the public service mentality, it destroys your innovation, your ability to look creatively at the industry and come up with additional solutions to be able to solve more problems, but do so in a way where you're not being used. you
Right.
you to serve and lead the public. But if they're constantly asking you for discounts and you're discounting your services and doing more for less, you're not going to be in business very long.
Right. You're devaluing your service and yourself, and of course those others that that's within the space around you. Just totally doing a disservice.
Yeah.
So do
Let me
you
one
go?
last thing, if so I don't miss this. The other thing is the hobbyist. And here's how you know if your business is a business or a hobby. The way that you know is if you answer the phone the first time the customer calls. Okay?
There you go.
If your customers are constantly leaving messages or not able to communicate with you, guess what they're going to do? They're going to not use you, and they're going to call me, which is where we get a lot of our customers from. Oh, I
Right.
tried to call other folks, they didn't answer the phone, so
Right.
boom.
It's not only that; it's a plethora of other things. They don't have a correct voice greeting. Uh,
Yes.
it's that you don't have automation in place to perhaps capture those customers once they call. They can get like a text message or
Hmm.
some sort to try to book onto your website or things of that nature. Yeah, it's some individuals do need revamping out there when it comes to that.
Yeah,
But
yeah. And I noticed the other thing, and again, I was gauging how much I'm going to say, because this, the lack in the industry is doing great for me, but it's not necessarily doing great for other people.
right,
Being said, one of the things I noticed, if you look up mobile notary or fingerprinting business online, you see all of the notaries talking to each but no
right,
talking to the customer.
right,
Okay, nobody's educating the customer on, hey, here's how you can, put the right documents in place to put your family in a better position. Or, okay, here's the situation that you've taken care of. Now you got a little basic power of attorney in place, or you've gotten your ink fingerprints done because you got a new job. All right, what's next?
correct,
Nobody educating the customer. So if you want to be a hobbyist or a public servant, keep doing that. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you got to serve the customer and provide valid, useful information that they can benefit from and
correct.
lead. And again, that will help you 10x your business.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Also, um, what do you prefer most for as the ink fingerprinting space? Is it regular ink fingerprinting or the digital uh, fingerprinting?
Full disclosure, my so our business has done pretty okay. So I handle all of the notary stuff, the
Okay,
apostille, all of that stuff. My son actually does the fingerprinting.
great.
Um, and because it's mobile, that means he's, when he has a live scan appointment, that means he's taking the equipment with him. So
Okay.
or he would say, I like ink. Just go in and you do it, and get out. We make enough, and again, I'm gonna reevaluate my prices based on our conversation, but we
Correct.
do good taking the live scan equipment there. But for ease of use, getting in and out, the ink fingerprinting is usually best.
Correct. There's multiple ways out there that you can utilize ink fingerprinting going into assignments. I came up with a couple ways, so it's
Hmm.
very convenient. It's not cumbersome when
Yeah.
you go into locations to do things. It's great.
Okay.
Uh, I guess I could talk about that someday on my YouTube channel. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's some nice some great setups that
Okay.
you can utilize. Yeah.
I would love to hear a segment on that. Most definitely.
So, anything else you would like to share in regards to what you do there in Charlotte, North Carolina, for us the mobile notary ink fingerprinting or fingerprinting business?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is to, as I mentioned before, pay very careful attention to the customer journey, because that really is the part where the rubber meets the road as far as you building a business that's going to be sustainable and that people are going to use repeatedly. And the key to it all, it just boils down to one thing. That one thing is make people feel good at every step of the customer journey. When they look at your website should not overwhelm them with information, and it should make it very easy for them to sign up for an appointment. You provide all the ways that they can do that. If you have a form that they fill out, get enough information where and really the form on your website is kind of a silent salesperson. um,
Correct.
you're they're able to see as you take them through the steps that you know what you're talking about. If you calling up there and you don't know all of the pieces, or you don't know, hey, this person is doing a power of attorney, let me ask them, um, do you need witnesses? Okay, if you get there and they didn't know that they needed witnesses on their power of attorney because you didn't tell them, how does that make your business look? So
Exactly.
just making sure all of the little pieces that they need to know about. Hey, your mom is elderly. Does she have a valid driver's license? Okay,
Correct.
think about it. She doesn't drive anymore, so I didn't know to do. Okay, if you
Exactly.
that, you know, then when you get to the appointment, you look crazy and they look crazy. So
Correct.
be proactive about thinking about all the things that your customer would need. Make sure that you have a way to provide, and inform them, and also like we provide witnesses. So if they need witnesses, we'll bring witnesses. That's a tremendous help to them. So
Right.
again, anticipating and solving those problems and making arrangements to solve them before they even ask. And again, they'll be like, man, this was such a easy. The way that they describe our business, that's what
Right.
about your business. It's such an easy, convenient process. I'm never going to go to the bank again. All right. That that just paying attention to what the customer needs, anticipating that need, and providing an enjoyable and convenient way to fulfill it.
Exactly. Exactly. Least but not last question. Individuals that's coming into this industry for us in mobile ink fingerprinting, what are some words of advice that you would give these individuals that's looking to give mobile ink fingerprinting and notary a shot?
If you're coming into the business, learn the business, not the profession. Mobile notary and fingerprinting are very easy. You
Mhm.
could train a monkey to sign his name and stamp something. You could
Mhm.
train a monkey to roll fingerprints. That's not really what customers paying you for. What they're
Mhm.
paying you for is your leadership through
Correct.
the service provision process. So pay attention to the business, not just the profession. In paying attention to the business, let's talk about how much time do we got? We close.
Don't worry about it. You good.
Okay, in,
You good.
I'm good. Okay, all
Yeah,
right, because
you
I want
good.
to.
Oh,
But
hey,
in paying attention to the business, there's a couple of things that you want to keep in mind. This industry is just like every other business. So what you are responsible for doing is knowing your profession. You have to know all of the laws uh, for your state and for your region that pertain to fingerprinting, notarization, apostille, whatever you're doing. Know all of the laws. Be good at doing that. Number two, you're responsible for marketing your business. Okay. If you don't know how to market, then you have to be a signing agent. That's basically what's going on. A
correct.
agent is just an agency that has customers that they connect to. Well, if you are able to generate your own customers, you don't need to be a signing agent.
Exactly.
You can do what you need to do on your own. Now, that being said, just recognize that you're coming into an industry where there are people already established, and the reality of the situation is this: 80% of the 20% of the businesses of the mobile notary and fingerprinting businesses in your area are going to get 80% of the business, and
Correct.
are going to get 20% of the business. So
Hmm.
if you're coming into the industry where there's already people there, just understand that. Now you can use that to your advantage and help your business and their business grow. Here's how you do it. Find the number one business owner in or the number one mobile notary fingerprinting owner in your region and say, hey, I will be willing to pay for leads or help you with some of the things that you want to do off hours. So that gives you some business that you don't have to go and try to find yourself. You're helping
Correct.
and you're helping yourself. So don't go in, into an already established region and trying to. It's just not going to
Right.
happen as you would like. But if you partner with the leaders in the industry that are already there, there's plenty of business for everybody. Um,
Exactly.
thing is just pay very close attention to ways that you can leverage your business, with leverage the customers that you have to introduce them to other useful services. What I would like to do, if I may, I'm going to leave my email address for people that would like some ways to do that. Is that
Go
okay?
ahead. Yeah,
All right.
that's fine. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I was I was going to ask you that at the end anyhow, but
Okay.
yeah.
So again, we are in the process, for mobile notary and fingerprinting companies who would like to 10x their business and leverage their current customer base. We are actually in the process of putting together a training system on exactly how to do that, and most importantly, uh, what to offer, how to offer it, and who to offer it in partnership with. You can send me, if you'd like more information on that, you can send me an email at teal, Teil, at privatebankingsystems.com. That's teal, Teil, at privatebankingsystems.com. Let me know that you'd like some information. And when we get everything together, we will definitely put you on our mailing list, add you to our group, and show you how to 10x your mobile notary and fingerprinting business.
Splendid. Ladies and gentlemen, this here is Teal Turner of Charlotte Mobile Notary and Fingerprinting, located in Charlotte, North Carolina. This this young man, distinguished individual, has a great mind for the business. I'm glad that I brought you on. You had a lot to say that will touch many in the days, weeks, months, and years to come in regards to this business. I want to thank you personally for accepting this invitation to come on to Fingerprinting Gurus. Um, I'm looking to be part of that 10X community that you're about to implement, and I appreciate all that you're doing to bring mobile ink fingerprinting, and of course, not just Black professionals, but all professionals
Absolutely.
together um, to make this um, top-notch industry for us and, of course, the clients to come.
Absolutely. I appreciate
Go ahead.
this awesome platform. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm looking forward to a lot of the future information that you'll be sharing, because is a lot of information for the right folks, but a lot of great information already on your website. Can't wait to see the rest of it.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us next as Fingerprinting Gurus travel to the Peach State of Georgia. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more content. Goodbye, everyone.
Peace.